PFI studios of Republic TV. It's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 10, powered by Reva University.
And ladies and gentlemen, we had broken the news previously before the break that there has been one more attack on migrant laborers in Kashmir, and we have just heard that one of the workers, who are the Hindu migrant workers, one of the Hindu migrant workers has been killed, has succumbed to his injuries, and we are still yet to get details about the condition of the other migrant worker. So in a span of 24 hours, 2 more Hindu killings have happened in the Kashmir Valley. Ladies and gentlemen, today in a mega exclusive, our senior editor Shravan Sen accessed the PFI files. Now, the Republic Media Network has been exposing the PFI repeatedly. We've been bringing before you the reality of what the Popular Front of India, what it calls itself, is actually all about. Ladies and gentlemen, these revelations are not claims by Republic. These are not scripted by me. These are details accessed of what the top investigating agencies of these countries have found out. These findings are sensational, in black and white. How can there not be a ban? The PFI knows that it is only the Republic Media Network that has been repeatedly exposing what they have been up to. And so they try to turn litigious against us. They try to deny us our right to report. And we are challenging them back in several courts of this country and will continue to do so. For now, here are these details, and then we debate.
Hate slogans at PFI rallies. Provocation by PFI leaders.
എന്തൊരു ഞെട്ടലാണ്. ആലപ്പുഴ സമ്മേളനത്തിലെ മുദ്രാവാക്യം കേട്ടുകൊണ്ട് നമ്മുടെ ഹൈക്കോടതി ജഡ്ജിമാർ ഞെട്ടുന്നു. കാരണം എന്താ? ജഡ്ജിമാർ ഇരിക്കുന്നതിന്റെ അവർ ഇട്ടിരിക്കുന്ന കോണകം അത് കാവ്യാകുമ്പോൾ സ്വാഭാവികമാണ് ചൂടെടുക്കും, ആവി വരും, അത് പൊള്ളലേൽക്കും, അത് നിങ്ങൾ അസ്വസ്ഥപ്പെടുത്തുമെന്ന ബോധ്യം ഞങ്ങൾക്കുണ്ട്.
Calls for a ban from all quarters.
State of Assam is very, very clear. Right from the Gorukhuti, we always see PFI's hand in the communal tension. So Assam government is of the view that PFI and Campus Front of India should be banned.
This is all just the tip of the iceberg. Now we have accessed the stunning PFI files, scathing details of the marquee operations of Popular Front of India, explosive details that are not concocted but investigated by the Enforcement Directorate. The Enforcement Directorate believes that it was actually being utilized for the anti-CAA demonstrations in the country. The Enforcement Directorate has accused the Popular Front of India of funding terror acts in India. Anshad Badruddin, a Popular Front of India member from Kerala, was arrested by the UP ATS in February 2021. On 3rd December 2020, the Enforcement Directorate carried out a search at the residence of a PFI member, M. Muhammad Ismail. They seized a diary which had full details of a meeting that took place in November 2020. Page number 15 of the diary, this is what was written, and I quote, "Discuss about ourselves. 30 years we are here. Now that the nation is not like 30 years before, nation may witness severe civil war like the NRC CAA." For the first time, Chinese link of Popular Front of India has now emerged. The Enforcement Directorate says that K.A. Rauf Sharif, a a member of the Popular Front of India and also Campus Front of India, received about 1 crore rupees in his bank account from a Chinese company. In fact, Rauf was employed with this company called Race International LLC based in Oman, which the Enforcement Directorate believes is predominantly a Chinese company. Now comes the Hathras link. Enforcement Directorate has accused the Popular Front of India for attempting to incite communal violence post-Hathras. 4 people were sent to Hathras. They have named Masood Ahmed, a member of the Campus Front of India. Delhi riot accused Mohammad Alam, Atikur Rahman, as well as Siddiq Kappan, who were sent to Hathras. Interestingly, K.A. Rauf Sharif, member of the Popular Front of India, was the man who sponsored the visit of these 4 people to Hathras.
The PFI files include posters that show that there was a possible link to provoke over Babri Masjid after the case came to a close.
There is a direct correlation between the money deposited, money withdrawn, and the anti-CAA demonstrations that have taken place across the country.
The PFI files have revealed a possible link of the group to the orchestration of the hijab protests earlier this year in Karnataka.
कि हिजाब निकाल कर जाना ये हम नहीं कह सकते हैं, वो उनका चॉइस है। अगर वो हिजाब काट कर जाना है तो वो बैकअप कर रहे थे ना, हम किसी को बैकअप नहीं कर रहे थे, हम फ्रंट में रुक कर लीड कर रहे थे।
Whether it's Popular Front of India or its associate Campus Front of India, the details today indicate that they are all working with the same questionable funds, and they are all working towards furthering unlawful activities, and they ought to be banned. Not banning PFI or its associate is just not an option anymore.
You know, the exciting possibility in all this, RSN Singh and Shadab Chauhan opening the debate tonight with Vivek, Pankaj Sharma and Binay Singh, and is that not just the PFI. Now these people think, RSN, that they are very smart. They say, you will freeze our accounts, you will ban us, we'll change the name, we'll call ourselves something else, we'll call ourselves XYZ, somebody will be this party, that party, somebody will be Peace Party. Yes. And you know, by interchanging our names, we'll be fine. But the exciting possibility now is that nobody will get away because the scrutiny is so detailed. You see, anybody has any form of links is being scrutinized. In fact, I marvel today, Shadab, at the beauty with which the details of bank accounts, places, who went where, who carried out what communication, you know, who did what during the Delhi riots is all coming out. Who was Siddiqui Kappan getting money from? How did the money go from CFI, Atikur Rahman, Siddiqui Kappan? Who worked with the PFI mouthpiece? How did the money go? Who visited where? Every detail is coming out. Now, as they say, Shadab, you can run but you can't hide. Even the orchestration of this hijab protest completely come out during the search operations on the premises of Abdul Razak, the PFI divisional president of one part of Malappuram. The document of 151 different symbols of protest was seized, and in serial number 19 of the document, the wearing of symbols is seen to be a way of protest, which means that they were planning this so-called hijab protest. They actually tried to orchestrate it for a very long time, RSN. That they wanted some riot-like situation, RSN. They wanted a riot-like situation. Yes, RSN. Now we must go all out against these groups.
No, taking money. No. Taking money from the Chinese entities. The same China which, you know, subjugates the Uyghur Muslims the way it does.
You are talking
so how much devoted they are? How much devoted they are to you know, Islam? You can make. This is a vector, an anti-India vector to use for annihilation of Hindus and destruction of India. for annihilation. They should have been run banned right after.
Wait, Shadab, let him complete. After that, you reply. Shadab, after that, you reply. Let him reply. Let him speak. Shadab, come after that.
All these, leftists. Now it explains how the PFI, the jihadis, the Khalistanis, how we're in the same on the same platform during the Shaheen Bagh, and they should have been banned right away after, soon after the Delhi riots. Why is the establishment taking such a long time? An outfit which believes in the rabid kind of jihadi ideology, which abuses its ancestors. It chops hands of professors for so-called blasphemy. And let me also remind this: India is a country. We are as per the preamble, we are a secular democratic republic. And anybody who is listening to the programs, there is no room for blasphemy in India. Everything is questionable, and everything will be questioned. Everything will be questioned. So therefore, I see this new trend, that blasphemy against whom? Blasphemy against the Chinese? Blasphemy against love jihad? Blasphemy against chopping the heads of a professor? Blasphemy against whom?
And taking money from the Chinese, I really feel, taking money from the Chinese. I mean, I haven't heard anything more horrendous and anti-national than that. You're taking money, you should be ashamed of yourself. Shadab, this PFI, taking money from the Chinese, who tortured the Muslims in Xinjiang, who tortured them, who chopped their hands. Who commit atrocities on women, on Muslim women, the Chinese who carry out atrocities on Muslim women, and then the PFI takes their money. How shameless can one get, Shadab? How shameless? Yes, please. And I think the PFI should just be banned as quickly as possible.
Women in the world view of Popular Front of India.
He's shouting, he's barking, he's continuously barking.
Than animals.
He's continuously barking here. What nonsense is going on?
Shut up,
he's continuously barking from last.
You shut up, you idiot.
What nonsense is
Calm down, everyone. Harrison, hold down 1 minute. Calm down.
You shut up.
Yeah, shut up.
Go to hell.
Shut up. Please don't, no abuse right now on the program, please. No abuse.
You shut up, you
Shut
No abuse. Volume down. Shut up. You also be quiet. Shut up. Be quiet. Let's go to the issue at hand. Let's go to the issue at hand, please. I ask you, shut up. Now, what are your views? Thank you. What are your views? Thank you now. Shadab, what are your views on the PFI taking money from the Chinese? Just tell us what are your views on that. Taking money from the Chinese, sneaking in money from the Chinese. How shameless can you be,
Let me complete, Arnab, if you didn't allow me, how can I respond? Our party, Peace Party's stand is very crystal and clear. If any organization is doing illegal activity, it doesn't matter RSS, BJP and PFI, whatever. It doesn't matter. But what our government is doing, what are you doing?
You're an expert at questioning the government. I want GVL to come into the fact. Right now, I want GVL to come into the debate. And my question is this. My question is, what is our government doing? Our government is going to ban the PFI. Our government has frozen their accounts. Our government is going to pick up. Even if you were to be working against national interests, even you will be locked up, Shadab. Even you will be locked up. Even you will be locked up. Even you. I'm saying even you. Even you, if you are found. Even if you are found guilty of instigating, you will be locked up. You understand that? You understand that? You get that? You can get that? You get that? Now let me ask you. The expertise is, we won't question the terrorist. We won't question the terrorist organization. We won't question the PFI. But we will not even question how PFI member Anshad Badruddin, who was arrested, be quiet, who was arrested by the UP anti-terror squad with IEDs, pistol and live cartridges. Why was he carrying IEDs, pistols and live cartridges? Answer me. Why was he carrying pistols and live cartridges and explosives on him? Why was he? Why was he carrying ammunition? Why was he?
There are many cases.
Why was he? I'm asking you. Who funded
No,
it? The
nothing
Chinese?
is illegal.
No. Who funded
The
it? The
way of
Chinese?
PFI,
No.
you can
1 minute.
ask the
1
question.
minute. 1
The
minute. Don't
working
dodge the
procedure of
question.
PFI
I want
in a
GVL
legal
to come into
manner.
the
You
debate,
can
and
put-
GVL, the sooner you ban them, the better. I don't know why you need to have this extensive Step Up Act. You want to ban the PFI, please ban them. The whole country is asking for you to ban them. Every day we are putting up information about them. You seem, Shadab, 1 minute. Why are you hesitating, GVL?
No, there is absolutely no hesitation, Arnab. It is the investigative agencies that have unraveled the criminal actions and the footprints of the PFI. I think all this information is now in the hands of agencies like the NIA, the National Investigative Agency, Enforcement Directorate. They have unraveled how money which was laundered and which was received through illegal channels, how it had changed into different accounts, and how it was used to really fuel Delhi riots. All the agencies are closing in on the PFI.
By when?
It's only a matter of time.
By when?
It's only a matter of time before
Every
central government will issue a notification to ban PFI under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act.
And viewers,
we have been unsparing.
Viewers, I wish to make a statement here.
But you can't.
I wish to make a statement here. You are as peaceful, by the way, in the Peace Party. You are as peaceful as the PFI thinks it's popular. Please understand. You are quite radical in your views. Don't misuse the name peace. All of you, you want to use these covers. You are not peaceful. You are not secular. You are extremely communal in your views. You are extremely communal in your views. Binay, is he not? Is that not a most? Do they not have a communal political agenda? You do. You only represent one set of religious views. Don't be a hypocrite here.
Like you.
Now, whatever, like me, listen to me.
Yeah, definitely. I'm proud Indian Muslim. I will put my stand. I will put my stand in front of all Indian people.
Arnab.
It's my belief.
Yeah.
And if you want,
why have you mixed it up with your politics? Why have you mixed it up with your politics? We are a secular country. No, 1 minute. Don't shout. First of all, don't get excited. Don't get hyper. I'm going to question you nice and proper. I'm going to nice and proper question you here. My question is, why you say you're a proud Indian Muslim? Yes, you have a right to be a proud Indian Muslim. You have a right to be a proud Muslim. But why have you mixed up your religion with your politics, Shadab? Tell Binoy that. Keep your religion and your religious views out of your politics. Be secular. No, you mixed it up.
What?
You are like a wannabe All India MIM. You're a wannabe All India MIM, are you not?
No.
Of course you are. Of course you are. No, of course you are.
All India MIM
No, of course you are.
Partner.
No, of course you are.
Alliance partner.
Anyway, I go back to the issue. Binay, my question is, I now want Shravan to come into the debate, and he will share some really shocking details of the documents that have been found during the meetings ahead of the anti-CAA protests, when they were actually plotting a civil war in this country. Shravan, over to you.
Well, in fact, there are two aspects. As far as the anti-CAA protests are concerned, back from 2019 in December and January 2019, what has essentially happened is that they were receiving funding into 15 bank accounts, and that money was during that same very period coming in from the Gulf countries, being withdrawn at the same period, being utilized for the anti-CAA protests. It does not end there. Now, there is a diary that has been seized by the Enforcement Directorate from the residence of one PFI member who's taken minutes of a meeting in which the top leadership of the PFI was actually present. In that serial number 15, page number 15 rather of that diary indicates where they're talking about a possible civil war-like situation in our country. They say that it could be through NRC or it could be from the CAA. That's exactly what is mentioned in page number 15 of the diary that was seized from one of the PFI members.
Yeah, you hear that. Binoy, you heard that. No, 1 minute, Shadab. Binoy is responding to the details that have just been given in by Shravan.
Arnab, they were not planning it. Arnab, what Shravan said. So try to understand PFI. PFI is integrator of the disintegrators. It is integrating all the anti-India forces. PFI doesn't feel that they are smart enough, but they are really smart. They had adopted the next generation modus operandi. They simply don't want to miss any chance of creating or furthering the fault lines of the Indian society. It is Hathras or the CA protest. And that point what is Sawan is making. And one more thing I will add to their funding. Sawan, it's not only the foreign funds on which the PFI is dependent. PFI is getting funds from local system also.
Everybody will protest. That's true.
PFI is getting funds from local system
and when
also.
you protest, you need the money.
They are getting funds from the cattle trade. They are getting funds from the illegal earth minerals.
No. So does the BJP. So does the RSS.
Just two quick points. Bina, you are talking about how they are bringing in. Now, what is even more interesting? 1,800 to 2,000 people. Now, Binay, just one more point here. 1,800 to 2,000 people gathered by the Popular Front of India for a training that is taking place outside in Gulf countries. They're all brought together. There is a discussion that basically takes place for anti-India activities. So they're doing all of that. All that kind of training is taking place. And as far as these bank accounts are concerned, what I am told by my top sources is that they're getting this funding. Hold on. We're talking about the PFI. We're talking about the PFI. Let's talk about that. No, the bank accounts. There are people. These are fictitious bank accounts. There are fictitious people against whose names these bank accounts have come in. They're getting in the money. When the enforcement directorate goes to find out who these people are, they can't find them because these people do not exist.
Wow. Selective.
Shawan,
how is it selective? There is evidence.
Dependent on foreign funding. They have a local fund generating system.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about that, Binay. I'm talking about that. You open bank accounts in the name of fictitious people.
25% of the revenue generated by illegal cattle smuggling and stone chips smuggling. That is going to PFI.
The people who funded,
so they are no more dependent on foreign funding.
And merely changing the name of PFI, merely banning the PFI will not solve your problem.
Sawan, why don't you go for an exclusive interview with Mr. Srivastava? This is not a system of debate. You wait for your turn. You wait for your turn. You wait for your turn. Why you are heckling?
You have to motivate them to have faith in the Indian Constitution.
You don't have any point. You want to shield PFI by hooting by heckling. So this is also modus operandi. You don't want to get the debate go further. You don't want the debate to be on points of facts.
You made a mess of it.
This is also a modus operandi.
Okay,
I'd just like to talk
about the. You see. Also, what happens is GVL. There are people like Shadab. He says, I am from the Peace Party, right? Now the question will be, and GVL, just before I come to you, I want to ask you, Shadab. What kind of links do you have with the PFI? Have you had any meetings with them at any level? Does the so-called youth wing of PFI and youth wing of Peace Party have links? Do you have financial transactions? Have you had, are having, or at any part in the past have had associations, meetings, or joint interactions with the PFI? Because all those who are proliferating hate against India have to be clubbed together, you see. And they are going to be clubbed together. And it's not the agencies, the entire government, the people will be supporting this. So, would you like to tell me, have you had any meetings, coordination? Do you have anybody who's a joint members? Because that's how organizational intermingling is the first reflection of the fact that you have a common entity. Would you like to talk or confess about the links that you have with the PFI?
Definitely, my lord. Today I got information and I want to congratulate you to become Chief Justice of India, Mr. Arnab Goswami. He can ask anything and you have to confess or not, something like that. We have, PFI is a legal organization till they banned. We have relation and...
he's admitting it.
You can ask questions.
Shavani admitted. He admitted.
General Secretary.
So what kind of links do you have? So you are saying that you are only two sides of the same coin.
My Twitter account. I know Arnab.
He's getting hyper now.
Arnab, allow me to respond.
He's getting nervous now.
Second, you will say that, Shadab Chauhan, I check your Twitter account, their general secretary tweet about you. So then you said you
I'm
have
not saying
link
anything.
with PFI.
You're getting nervous.
They are legal organizations.
I'm telling you action is going to happen.
Is there any individual do any illegal activity, we will oppose them. We will oppose them because
No, but what are your links? Can you tell me more? Can you tell me more about your links? I want to know a little bit more about your links.
We'll fight for peace.
But I want to know what about your links. You tell GVL, no, what are your links? Financial, meeting, organizational, shared manpower?
Yeah, I have links with idea of India. Not like Godse like you.
Idea of India.
You have link with
India as a
Godse,
nation.
Savarkar, Gaddar.
No, don't. He's getting nervous. He's getting. That means you are admitting. GVL is getting nervous when I'm asking about his links. Why did I ask about these links? I only asked you about the links because I feel the PFI works its tentacles to many organizations like yours. So take away the peace name from your party's name if you have links with the PFI. Do you understand that? Okay, GVL. GVL.
So-called Chief Justice of India. You are not Supreme Court.
Arnab, this organization, not only have they established offices, the PFI, according to the investigative agencies, has established the regional offices and centers in different parts of West Asia. And they have connections with all these agencies. They have similar agenda. Their names may be different, but their agenda is the same. I think why is Peace Party becoming a spokesperson for the PFI? They're clearly different. They hold different banners. They have different faces, but then their agenda is the same.
They are the same.
And I'm shocked to see the CPI also on the panel. The CPI spokesperson also is defending the PFI.
Believe in rule of law.
As if CPI and PFI are also in alliance together. I think this tells us the extent to which this organization has spread its tentacles. I think it has spread to various states like Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh,
what will you say?
Tamil Nadu, then Uttar Pradesh. It has spread all over, and now it has exported itself. It is there all over in major Muslim countries of the world. I think this is not a threat just to India.
No,
PFI is actually emerging as a threat to the as another terror face of the world.
But if he has, you see what happens is today, Shawan, he's got a little shaken when I've spoken about the links. He thought he'll get away. You see what happens, Shawan, is that these parties who call themselves Peace Party think that they will give names. They think the system is foolish. They think that there are no investigative agencies. They think they will get accreditation from the Election Commission of India. But what will happen, Shawan, is that if it is established that they are working hand in glove with a banned organization, then they will no longer be registered by the Election Commission of India. They will be an extension of the proscribed organization. And people like Shadab may face a serious investigation into the future. Shadab, your party, you're the National Secretary. Have you had financial links also with the PFI? Which means indirectly have you taken money from the Chinese?
I think Arnab Goswami took money from ISIS, America, China to destroy the idea of India. I have links with India, idea of India. But you have links with idea of Godse, idea of China, idea of America, idea of Israel. You have a relation with Israel. You take money to destroy idea of India from Israel. You are agent of Israel.
You're getting very worked up. You're getting very worked
Arnab
up.
Goswami is the agent of
does
Israel
the Peace
who want to destroy idea of India.
Do you have Shawan, you can take it further. He's getting really shaken today. He's getting shaken because he knows there are links somewhere. Yeah.
There is a reason. There is a reason.
What's the reason? Yeah, go on, Shawan. Shut up. Calm down. Drink some water.
What is happening right now? There is in this entire investigation, there is one organization which has been named in the Bangalore riots. My information is that in the days to come, the agency is going to tighten their noose. And remember, there are layered organizations of the Popular Front of India. Their details have also reached the investigative agency. So in the days to come, as GVL was pointing out, it's going to get only bigger because more and more evidence is now coming in that there are layered organizations which are now the investigation agencies are trying to peel off. And bigger names, some organizations which have been saying that, look here, we have nothing to do with the PFI, we have no such association, no political links. At least on camera, that's what they say. It now turns out from the investigation that they do have very strong links. And in the days to come, that is also going to come out. We're not taking the name because the investigation is still underway. So we'll wait for that to happen. But it is going to happen.
So anyone, and I'm happy to inform you, Shadab, anyone who has any links with the PFI is going to face some really serious action. Very serious. You know, Shadab? You know, so serious. That when they have links, it is established. So I'm not,
like
please don't think. Pardon me?
We are Indian, proud Indian. We didn't scared from Britishers. How we can scared from these kind of people?
Do you have links with the PFI?
We fight against Britishers.
Do you have links with the PFI?
And inshallah, we will
RSN,
fight
he should reveal,
against these kind of hate mongers also.
Yeah. Do you have links with the PFI? You ever took money from them? RSN.
Of India,
I have links with
does
India,
his idea of
peoples
India,
idea of India.
Does his idea of India reject the Ghazwa-e-Hind? Does his idea of India reject the concept of Ghazwa-e-Hind? The Islamic concept of
Ghazwa-e-Hind? I'm waiting for this nonsense. Wow, Mama. You can shout more. Shout more. More shout. You can shout more. You can shout more. We believe.
No, it's a relevant question. It's a relevant question. 1 minute. Do you reject? He asked a very straight question. He says that your idea of India, does it reject the ridiculous thought of Ghazwa-e-Hind? Why don't you answer the question? Does it? No. What does it? No. Let me out. He'll answer. RSN, don't get worked. He'll answer. Say it rejects. Say it rejects. Say it rejects. Say it rejects it. Say you reject the idea of Ghazwa-e-Hind. You say it. I want to hear you say it. Say you reject the idea of Ghazwa-e-Hind. Why is it getting difficult for you? Why can't you say it? It's the most obvious thing to say. Now, why are you stuttering? Why don't you say I'm against Ghazwa-e-Hind? You want your own country to be conquered. Are you for the invasion of your own country? He's asking you to make a very straight comment. I want you to condemn the idea of Ghazwa-e-Hind. Say it today, Shadab. Say it. Say it.
I don't know what are you saying.
Say it right now.
Even I
want to hear you say it.
But I don't know. What are you saying?
I don't know.
What are you saying?
He says he doesn't know.
If I
you heard that,
Binay. I stand with
you heard him there. You heard him there. You heard him there. Which is why I say, Pankaj, that all those people, we heard some time back. Okay. Very interesting debate.
These people believe that
now
India will run as per their religious faith.
Oh, religious faith. Religious faith.
Can I come in?
Yeah, Binay.
Arnab, these guys have a habit of getting, fancy names like Popular Front, like Peace Party, and there is no peace at all. You can see
secular
how much
group.
Peace is there. You can see by his behavior how much peace is there. Yeah. So they will have all kind of fancy names.
Don't worry,
PFI is basically a terrorist organization.
Everywhere in entire country.
PFI is a terrorist organization. And any organization or any person who has links with PFI with any sort is a terrorist. You can say PFI is graduation of terror and ISIS is a master degree of terror. And are not banning PFI won't serve the purpose. It must be banned in its full format. It's a conglomerate of 100 organizations, all must be banned, including the Peace Party. Including the Peace Party must be banned. Any person or any organization having links of any kind with PFI must be banned. Any sympathizer of PFI, he must be put behind the bars.
I have been told. Now you know what? I think Pankaj Sharma, you also, and if you have links with the PFI, you're going to be banned. You're going to be put in jail. Rightly so, if you have links with a proscribed organization. If you have taken money from the Chinese directly or indirectly or the Turkish, it won't be allowed. And I think this is great, Pankaj. Because there's this PFI guy who's an employee of a company in Oman. He receives 1 crore in his bank account in the guise of trading with China. So you understand the route? You understand the route, Pankaj? People, the Chinese, they're not our friends. Why would they give money to a PFI member, Pankaj? Why? I know you hate the BJP, but why? Why?
See, money is always laundered through different layers, through Hawala, through underground channels. These are all old stories. And PFI, if PFI members have taken money from China or from any other country illegally, law will certainly take its course. What is the problem in that? And if some organization is, organizing camps to impart training in use of explosive weapons with an intention to prepare them for terrorist activities, it is anti-national. The point is that all this must be exposed. How can there be two opinions about this?
No, the two opinions are that the two opinions are over the fact that these groups try to run political parties and political agitations in the country in the guise of mainstream politics. Campus Front of India in campuses, SDPI. Then this person who just got psyched because I told him that anyone with links to the PFI could face investigation. He got very worried.
GVS government should take strong actions against them based on the facts, based on the proofs. What is the hitch? Let them do it. Why this hue and cry?
This
is very clear. I mean, if there is
I think sooner than later is better, GVL. Sooner than later is better, I feel, GVL. You're delaying it. You're delaying the banning, the action against the PFI. Your state governments are crying themselves hoarse, asking for it. It's still not happening. GVL, I don't know if you can hear me, but RSN, I just think it's taking an agonizingly long period of time.
Now, I lost audio.
Yeah. I'm just saying it's taking an agonizingly long period of time, All this proof is coming out. You're taking just too long.
Arnab, it takes time to do a proper investigation so that you can, because once you decide to ban an organization, you must complete the full investigations to ensure that the organization, you have a watertight case and they cannot get away with any kind of loopholes. Certainly, the agencies have taken their time, but they have compiled all information that is required to ensure a ban of this organization.
I think it should happen really, really soon, because now the stories of the foreign hand are getting very serious. And ladies and gentlemen,